What's up, Dragon Brood? So, it's been 3 years that you've been seeing me daily here on YouTube. That seems kind of wild to say out loud, but we finally got here. Now I guess the question is, what do I do now that I've kind of reached the end of the line? So, let's talk about it. Oh, and two quick things. One, if you're gonna watch any of my videos all the way through, please make it this one. The other is if you hang around to the end of the video, we are gonna have some giveaways and cool merch to talk about. All right, so in this video, I'm gonna try to be just as open with y'all as I can be. This is probably like the 4th time or 5th time I've got around to recording this. I've deleted some, and I don't know. I just wasn't sure how I wanted to approach it. But let's start with talking about what does 3 years of daily videos on YouTube really mean? I mean, that's just a hair short of 1,100 days. We also have something on the channel now of like almost 1,700 pieces of individual content that have gone up. That's pretty nuts, because that means it's actually more than one per day, almost like 1.12 or something, whatever that is, 1.3. You get what I'm saying, right? It's actually a lot. And I have to admit, on sometimes it might have been a little unhealthy. I mean, I had 2 cats die during that stint, so that was a little weird. There was crazy freezes with relatives during the winter that we had to help out with. There was obviously social issues going on locally with riots and other things. Like, there were a lot of obstacles, but somehow we still made it happen. So that part feels really good. The downside, I kind of was hoping I would be at around 26,000 subscribers by now, and we were close. We're 22.8 or something, 22.9, so we got really close. Not quite where we wanted to be. There's some things I had to learn along the way, like I've taught myself how to edit videos with a couple different programs. I've actually changed my look. As you can see, the whole studio is different. I have a studio. We moved, and I got a room dedicated just to doing content. So there's a lot of positives that came with it. The negatives, had a lot of late nights of very little sleep to get it all done. I probably gave up interacting with some different people and doing different things just to make sure the content came out. That said, with COVID and whatever, it kind of worked out and the timing was good because it sort of restricted the ability to go do some of the things I wanted to do anyway. Oh, another positive is we have 60 members on the YouTube channel here, so that's actually really neat. If you'd want to become a member and get access to cool things and have your video feature, your deck featured in a video, all that can be done. Check the details below, hit the join button, all that good stuff. But yeah, it's going along, but it kind of leaves me thinking like, okay, why did we even do this? And part of it was I never really intended to do 3 years of YouTube, not consecutively anyway. And my content initially started out as something very different. I was going to be doing videos on the business side of the industry. I had actually started contacting retailers and setting up interviews and even I was a day short of starting to line up tickets for conventions even. And we got the call that everything was being shut down because of COVID. So then I kind of transitioned my content into being something else, and it worked. So we kind of started doing that, and here we are today. And there's a lot of positives from that, so I'm not really mad about the way things went. I just don't think it was part of the initial plan. But I think one of the things that sort of inspired me a little bit was once I saw that CGB, or Covert Go Blue as some of you know him as, was getting close to his cutoff date, I guess if you want to call it, where he was taking a break. It was one of those records I looked at and had the realization of, like, at the time, I guess I was the new record holder, which is a little weird. Not something I really ever thought I would say, but you know what? It was one of those things I said, okay, well, can I push this to the full 3-year mark? Well, maybe. Like, I wasn't really sure, but why not? And once we got close, I was like, well, let's do it. And I don't think very many people realized it, except for a couple of people in my immediate social circles. It's not something I really talked about a lot. I didn't really put it out there because I don't think I ever really wanted the pressure of just like, if something happened health-wise or whatever, I wasn't going to put pressure on myself to complete the goal, complete the challenge, if you will. I sort of knew it was a thing that we could hit or not. It wasn't going to be a big deal. But now that we're here, I'm really plotting what we want to do. And let me say, I'm not done with YouTube. Not by a long shot. Matter of fact, I've actually been talking with some different editors because I have some ideas I want to do. I can't quite afford them yet, but in the future, I'm also working on some other projects. I've got a lot of ideas that can still be turned into quality videos. I've actually shot some footage for some videos that I never had a chance to make, which is one of the reasons I'm talking to editors. So there's a lot of cool stuff still to come down the pipe on the channel. Lots of neat things I still want to try. So I don't think I'm going anywhere anytime soon. Will I continue to do daily videos? I don't know. Maybe I'll take a day or two off each week. But for now, they will probably be daily, but not so much with the goal. If there is a skip for some reason, it'll happen. I'm not putting the pressure on myself anymore to hit the goals. We've done a near unimaginable thing to begin with. But more than anything, I want to be able to just take this time to say thank you in so many ways, because when I started doing this content thing 3 years ago, I was in a spot where I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do. I had some ideas, but I just knew that if I did this, I needed to give it my full effort. So if it didn't work, I wouldn't have any regrets. And I knew I had to do some stuff differently than the way other people did it to make myself stand out. And I wanted to be a person that could be, I don't know, not be the face, but just be someone that people could turn to, that just had a little more experience and honestly added some level of diversity and representation. Whether we like to hear that or not, it was a thing. And I'm just glad it worked and y'all put up with me. I mean, the fact that, when I'm streaming, doing my podcast, making YouTube videos, all this other stuff, doing commentary, whatever, y'all seem to want even more. And that was really cool, because I at times had the thought of just, man, at some point people are going to get tired of hearing me or listening to my voice. And it's been exactly opposite, to the point that I'm actually trying to find people. If you know anyone, by the way, hit me up on socials. But I'm trying to find someone who was looking for someone to maybe do some voice acting, because now I want to try that. So just a lot of cool stuff that's developed because of this project. And I can't say thank you enough. I genuinely mean that. Like, it's sorry. When I started going to conventions again post-COVID, it's just been neat having people come up to me and see what my content has meant to them. And I'm not going to give anybody's name away, but I even had somebody come up to me and talk about how they were going through a pretty tough medical situation in the hospital for a couple months, and they looked to my content daily to get them through stuff. So they had something to watch, and I had a whole library of stuff they could go through. And I've talked about it before, that when in my previous life, we'll say, I knew tons of people in the game industry, from running events, from organizing things, from charity stuff, from running my business, all that. But once I started doing content, I had the opposite, where a bunch of you knew me, but I had not had the chance to interact with y'all, because for the better part of, I guess, the first 2/3 of my content life, COVID was a thing. So we weren't doing all that many events or had that many opportunities to even see people. So that really kind of changed things. And it's been nice to get out there and meet y'all and just see who you are, and just to tell you thank you. Like, I mean, I know I've had some people like, really, you're thanking me? It's like not big a deal, but it really is. I mean, without y'all watching all this and supporting me, I couldn't do this. And speaking of which, I did tell you there was going to be a cool new merch drop. So I want to show you this design right now that I had one of my artist friends work on. I'm putting it up 3 ways. If you just want text, if you want the gray wings or the green wings to represent the 3 years of consecutive days on YouTube, we're doing the Outwork Everyone shirt. I've seen variants of this out in the world, but I wanted to do my theme because it felt very much like what I felt like on some days trying to get all this done. So if you'd like to buy one, they're going to be available in the merch store on Stream Elements. The link is down in the description below. Check that out. I'd really appreciate it. Helps a lot. And I also promised you a giveaway. So what we're going to do is this. On this video, let me know which of my videos you like the most in the past 3 years. And I'm going to pick 2 people. Pay attention to your notifications because the only way I can really get in touch with YouTube is to respond to your messages. So I'm gonna let it go for probably 72 hours and then I will pick 2 winners from YouTube and we will give away a secret prize package. But that's not all. If you follow me on Twitter, we're also gonna do some giveaways there. If you come by my Discord, I will probably do a giveaway there. And you know what? Let's give away some on live streams we're going to do this week as well. So we're going to have a bunch of prizes going out to people. If you follow me on socials, if you're around on a live stream, I just want to celebrate and a way for me to give back and say thank you. And also thanks to Ultra Pro. They're going to be sponsoring us, giving all these prizes are going to include Ultra Pro items. And they have been huge supporters of my content, you know, even before I had a big eye. I think they came on when I had like 6,000 subscribers. And they've been super supportive all the way through, and I can't say thank you enough. They have been integral to me being able to do what I do. But yeah, to all of this, again, I just want to say thank you. Don't freak out. We're going to have more content coming. I'm already working on stuff now, even as you're watching this, I'm sure. But man, it's a heck of an achievement. I don't know how far I'm going to be able to push it. I'm probably going to keep trying. But yeah, just thanks. And watch another video. It'll help out. Like this one. If no other videos get likes that you've watched of mine, at least hit this one. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.